I'm going to try to take you guys on a little coddywomple around the neighborhood in Morty. I might have found a position for the camera, so kind of a test run. And yeah, there's coffee. And I have my little Buddha. So I'll have inner peace while I'm lost or waiting for a tow truck. Thank you, Harriet. Pay no attention to the transmission grinding. I have a few extras in case it decides to blow up. We'll just close that gate again so the coyotes don't wander in and stumble upon the kitties easily anyway. How about you? Freaks out because I live on a dirt road and I don't mind taking my classic cars out. And I'm like, well, when this car was built, most of the roads it drove on were probably about like this. So, you know, it was meant to be a car, and that's why I have it. I get more joy out of driving them than looking at them sitting there. Especially this one, because it's a brilliant little car. Not a lot of get up and go, but for the fact that it was started building it in 1948, this is a 58, so it's 10 years in, but you know, it's pretty civilized for a British car from 1958. I do need to rebuild the rack, so pay that no mind. It's not unsafe, it's just annoying. Yeah, baby. Things get a lot better in second gear. this little 1098, I went to look at it when we lived in Boise. My 948 had no oil pressure when it was hot, and it started to sound pretty clunky. So I went out to look at this, and the guy was selling it because he had imported a convertible, and it had this engine in it, and it was so rusty he decided he was going to do a total custom with it, and he put an Oldsmobile V8 in. So anyway, he fired it up on the floor, and it ran like a sewing machine, so I took it home and put it in this, and it's been all over the western United States under its own power now. It was a good $150. I'm pretty proud of that one. Bounced around a little bit in this car. Everybody looks. You don't see yourself coming and going in this car around here. This is where everybody freaks out. You drive your cars on this? Yes, I do. Don't you love a neighborhood with dirt roads and Army surplus Jeeps and stuff like that on the side? I do. Be a bit more circumspect in this car than the yellow one, because you fly over bumps in this one, you really feel it. But the sump isn't very vulnerable because the thing's got a ton of ground clearance. rear shock absorber. This has the old Armstrong lever action shocks on it. Rebuilt the rear ones a few weeks back because this thing used to, boy, if you hit a piece of washboard road and it was, it had a low point, you'd wind up in the low point of that road. It would just bounce you right down there. It was crazy. So William helped me rebuild those a few weeks ago, and they went so well. Now it's time to do the front ones. But they're more complex because they also make the top control arm for the suspension. So you got to unload the suspension and stuff to do those, which is kind of scary. But that's the next thing, and then I get to start putting on pretty things, which is going to involve taking the pretty things off and polishing and getting all the panels perfect underneath and stuff. Get wax on them, and then put all the pretty things back on top, like the hood hinges and the bumpers and the hood ornament, all that stuff. And then begin the beguine on the back. Putting on pretties. I've got almost all the pretty stuff for the front now. And yes, I will still use it. It's not going to become a museum piece. I'm still going to run it out and get scratches from creosote bushes that I get to buff out and stuff like that, because my cars just get used for fun. I know this is your first year and this isn't much fun. Let's try second. He lugs like crazy. Buddha has seen us safely back. Let's see if we can get the gate to open. I haven't looked at the view through that camera, but if you can see the green cloth and shut in the glove box, that's to keep it shut and to keep it from making noise, because I need latches. The inside part that the glove box latches into is what I need, and haven't found any. They exist, I just got to get someplace where there are a lot of Morris miners to look at. I hope you can see the gauges, they're so cool. Gauge, I guess I should say. Well, let's see if that works.